unique gift. But I'm also naturally hilarious. I'm a funny person.
So what does music have to do with you predicting someone's future?
You imprint on your phone your own personal vibration, and the phone can imprint back to you. You're not married or engaged, no?
No,
you're single. You're very.
Spot on.
Yeah, I'm sensing that you're. Do you live with your mother?
Doctor, yes.
Yes.
Again?
Yeah.
Two in a row.
No, I see this because your laundry is always pristine, yet there's no soap on your hands. I feel like there's like a group of people trying to get you laid is what I'm feeling.
Guys, the dating game. This is what he's talking about.
There's a certain stench that a boy living at home with his parents puts off, and that's, frankly, Kevin, not attractive to the kind of big booty girls that like to get down on it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Dr. Dingman knows his stuff.
People tell me the last 3 songs that they randomly heard, and then I see movies in my head which reveal their past lives and predict their future. Every week, I'm someplace else, consulting with the business, giving private readings, or performing my intentionally hilarious psychic podcast to sold-out audiences all around the country.
Your chakra is right there.
Right here. Chakra.
You see, I put my finger on it, but I'm afraid I wouldn't get it back.
Here's the hook. At the conclusion of every single reading, I convince my clients, in any way that I can, to act out something bold to change their vibration and, therefore, their future. It's the symbol of your separation from your woman. This truck, I want you to face it like you're facing a bull. Yes. You're pushing back against the darkness. That's right. Accepting the light.
He's the angel of music.
Is there a Shemazel angel?
I think there is, but he's a Jewish angel.
I'll be Shlomazel, and you can be
Shamir.
Modulate your vibration with a low, rumbling. Lower, from here. You look like a bird that's ill.
My mother's watching me have sex with my boyfriend.
Sex is to be enjoyed and not dirty unless you're paying for it or you want it to be dirty.
I'm able to predict people's future, tell you about past lives based on the last 3 songs randomly played for you by your iTunes or your Spotify.
So something that I don't specifically pick, but
correct,
it could
that's
be
what
on
random means.
What?
Dr. Dingman said, I have a feeling that your wife is going to want to open up a themed restaurant based on some very popular city.
Am I a messiah? No. My goal? To transform every life I touch by raising the vibration of planet Earth and get a few laughs. My name is Dr. Laz.
Hi, Joe.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another week of Psychic Circus with Dr. Lars in Psychic Ray, LA. We got a great show for you tonight and a lot of out-of-this-world kind of content, a little different than usual. The number should be in the description of the video to call in and get your readings. Let's go to Dr. Lars.
Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you for again having us on your channel. We're also on the Twitch and on what's the other one? Facebook. We're everywhere. We're omnivorous in our media domination. Very special show tonight, all about UFO encounters, UFOs, people that have seen, met, talked to, interacted with UFOs. If you're such a person, I'll be flashing the phone number on the screen in a little bit. We'd ask you that you call in, and you don't have to use your real name, but please tell us your real story. We're going to start with an experience that Ray had recently, which was quite stunning, as you'll see. And when you call in, we will see if we can get the aliens that reached out to you to tune in. Ray is very good at channeling entities. We'll give you a reading, see your future. It's all about UFOs, otherworldly things. If you've been following the news these days on the internet and everywhere else, the UFOs are everywhere. The Navy has released videos. There's newspaper stories every single day. I think the common knowledge seems to be that the powers that be are slowly sensitizing the American population to the existence, the actual existence of intelligent beings from another star system. It's like if you get a piece of meat, like a chuck steak, and you want to make it delicious. You don't just throw it on the grill and put some Morton salt on it and have it cooked. You have to tenderize it. You have to poke at it, stick it with a stick. You have to, just look at it with derision. You have to soften the meat. And that's what the powers that be are doing to the populace. They're softening us up with this drips and drabs of UFO stories. And tonight we're going to hear an amazing one from our co-host. He is a celebrity psychic to the stars. He's also sitting right next to me. Please welcome Psychic Ray, LA. Good to have you back on the program, Ray.
Good to see you, Dr. Lies, again. Spiritual, and we're going to have a Supernatural Saturday, Ray.
Right, Supernatural. Should we call the show that instead of Psychic Circus? Supernatural Saturday?
We could. I could produce ectoplasm and all kinds of...
You know what? Just cereal or like a steak is fine. I don't like to eat too heavy on a Saturday night because then I get gassy. Folks in the comments section, let us know if you want us to change the name from Psychic Circus to...
it would be,
what'd you call it?
Supernatural Saturday.
Supernatural Saturday, which encompasses everything really that we talk about. Today in specifics, our episode is about UFOs. Ray, have you ever had a UFO experience?
Yes, I did. It actually catapulted me into my career. I've been doing psychic work, and it was not recent, but it was 1985 in Danbury, Connecticut. Mm-hmm. And it was an experience that I still haven't completely processed it.
It's 1985, Ray. How long is it going to take you to process it? they've built skyscrapers since 1985. We've gone from this Boeing 707 to hypersonic power. We're in space, Ray, and you're still processing your UFO experience? Jesus Christ, that's lazy, Ray. That's just plain lazy.
You're funny. Well, it happened in 1985, and it happened in Danbury, and I was with a friend of mine, JP, and we were camping out in this area in the woods, and we were clearing the bottom of the tent area.
Is that a euphemism for something that you and Jake were doing?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know the nomenclature, so.
We were just clearing the bottom of the tent, and all of a sudden I saw JP.
Because it could sound dirty. Like we're clearing the bottom of the tent. You know what I mean? I'm glad it's not, because it's not that kind of a program.
No,
but go ahead.
We haven't gone X-rated yet, have we?
No. We have to be on air at least 7 minutes before that.
But the process of what happened was JP started looking out, and then all of a sudden he passed out. He passed out, and he went down, and he started shaking, and he was staring at something behind me, which I didn't know what it was at the time. So all of a sudden, I turned around, and there was a large disc-shaped object with an orange, beautiful orange light that was shining and emanating from it. I got really scared, and then all of a sudden, I felt as though that something was scanning me from head to foot, just scanning and going through me.
Electronically, or with their consciousness, or were you being cruised?
It was like being X-rayed, and I couldn't quite figure what it was. I don't remember anything that happened right after that. I woke up in another part of the field, and JP was still unconscious in the tent that he was in. I don't remember anything around it other than within 3 months I started developing very strange psychic phenomena.
And how did that start? Did you start actually hearing voices in your head?
I started...
It's a feeling?
I would shake somebody's hand and I could tell you 100 different facts about them from front to back. I could tell you things that probably nobody in the room wanted me to know. So,
like you would just instantly know it?
You would see flash pictures of events and situations that were going on with the individual. What I did find later on is that I ended up speaking with a ufologist, John Mack, who was over at Yale, and then he helped me to process some of it because he's a hypnotherapist. And also I went to a guy named Dr. Daniel Fry, and Dr. Fry was also, he was he had an encounter with a UFO called the White Sands incident. And
That's a famous UFO incident.
yeah, the White Sands incident, and he wrote many books about his encounters and actually integrated somebody from the star system that he was in touch with, called Alan, into Earth and integrated him here. We went to see Dr. Fry because
What does that mean? They went to a like a Soul Train party?
Yeah,
This is back in '85.
85. It was John Travolta, stuff. But what happened was Dr. Fry, who was an expert in the field, he said that they had made contact, and then Dr. Fry took me into his lecture room. He had a small little lecture room in the house that he used to give little speeches out of, and he showed one 8mm film.
This isn't going to get
after
dirty,
another.
is it, Ray?
What's that?
It's not going to get dirty here, is it?
No.
Because he took you in a back room and he showed you an 8mm film.
There was no
I want to
agenda.
put the brakes on that before that train hits the wall.
He kept his hands to himself. But what he did show me was hundreds of different 8mm films of UFOs landing on his property.
Well, then why haven't we seen them? It's been since 1985. Why? See, I believe that there's intelligent life in the universe. I believe that they're so smart that they've been and left here. What I don't believe is, where's all the video? People are walking around for 10 years with HD cameras in their pockets with their phones. There should be tons of video of these encounters. I haven't seen them. That's what's confusing to me.
No, but there is one guy that actually made a connection with them, and he's got lots of films and lots of photos. Billy Meyer, he's famous.
Yes, I've heard that name as well.
Billy Meyer, you can look at him online. It's Meier. He's got photographs of the ships landing in fields near his house. And he developed actually a UFO religion based upon his experience of contacting them. But I think one of the more legit people is Robert Bigelow. Robert Bigelow developed contact with UFOs, and now he's developing a university to develop our brains based upon his contact with the aliens and how to educate our brain to go into fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional thought. And you can check Bigelow online on Mystery Wire. It's mysterywire.com. He's got lots of videos there where he talks about UFOs and consciousness and his experience with them. And that's, the man's he's like a Bill Gates. He's a billionaire, and he's dedicated.
He's literally got FU money. When you're that rich and you believe in aliens, you don't have to sit around and wait for someone to make a documentary. You just walk up to him and here's $20 billion. Go find me some aliens, and people will do it. If you're Robert Bigelow, I think it's a great use of philanthropy. Let me go back to the guy before that, Meyer. What is a UFO religion? He worships the UFOs, or the UFOs worship us? Who's in charge? Who collects the money?
They believe they pass around the tray, right?
It should be a floating flying saucer. I would put $20 in one of those if I was sitting in a church. Yeah, if you want to collect money, I'll give you 20 for that. Float it right in front of my puss. Drop the money right in.
They don't believe in a religion. What they do believe is that what he said is they don't believe in a religion. They believe that in an integrative consciousness that permeates everything, and they're always connected to it. There's no separation between this higher consciousness and themselves. Unlike, in America, we have separatism.
Yeah, it's a very Eastern philosophy as far as spirituality goes.
So there's a oneness that goes on, which they never lose. And also from that, they also develop technologies that were guided by the aliens. Billy Myers talks about many predictions that have happened already in the United States. And internationally. He also talks about the technology that people on other levels in other dimensions are using to heal people, which I thought was rather interesting.
So it sounds like you're saying that human beings and these aliens are peers in the galactic world, that we're equals in some way, right? You're saying that the universal consciousness, are we all equally attached to the universal consciousness?
Absolutely.
Are we the bush leagues and they're the major leagues? Is there a hierarchy? There must be. There's always someone always has to be the bitch.
I think because of their advanced brain system and their ability to telepathize and to communicate with people, they have the advantage on us in so many different ways. I mean, they can impress thoughts into you. They can put implants.
Well, I live in Hollywood. I know that. Yeah. You can't walk down the street without seeing a pair. And that's the kind. When you know that they're a pair, when you know that that's what they are, why get them?
Yeah, the implants are definitely worth looking into. But you don't need it.
You got to sell that a little bit harder, Ray.
I need some.
You know what I mean?
You don't need me. You know. But the thing is that what they do a lot.
I love spinach. Sure, says every 7-year-old kid. I really, really do. I love spinach. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
But I think that there used to be, and then there's Dr. Greer. There's a lot of.
Yeah, there are a lot of bona fide people
Absolutely.
spending and a lot of money in this area and learning a lot about it. Still, I go back to, where is the proof? Where's the guy landing on the lawn, popping out, shaking your hand? Little great man. Where's the video?
Do you mean you want the hard copy? There is pictures. Some people believe that, I think it was a Buzz Aldrin when he went to the moon. He actually saw a UFO.
That's what some people say.
There's also contact.
Although don't say it to Buzz, he'll punch the shit out of you. Crack you right in the face.
He's a Moonie.
He's one of my heroes. Someone, there's people that don't believe that we went to the moon. And it was on a news program once, someone walks up to Buzz Aldrin on the steps of some appearance, and he goes, how does it feel to know you lied to America? And Buzz goes, what? He goes, yeah, we never went to the moon. And instead of arguing with him, Buzz Aldrin just knocked him out, hit him right in the face. And you know what? I'm not an advocate of violence, but that guy strapped himself to a dynamite keg and flew to the moon. He could have died. He was very brave. And to call his chivalry in question by some fat idiot on the steps of the courthouse, he deserved a crack in the face.
You mean?
And again, I don't condone violence, but in that case, you don't diss a moon man.
No.
You don't diss a moon man. There should be like a book where you look it up. Yeah, punch in the face, that's fair.
No, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that they actually filmed it in Utah.
Well, have you seen, you personally, let's get back to your personal UFO story. Have you personally seen a UFO craft, yes or no?
Yes.
With your eyes, not with your psychic sense.
I did see the craft in 1995 in Danbury with my friend. I saw it. I don't understand what happened with it, other than the fact that I passed out. I ended up in another part of the field. I have no idea if I went on board or what was going on. My friend JP was unconscious, but the interesting thing was...
Were your pants buttoned when you woke up? Because sometimes they probe you. So I'm just curious, were your pants buttoned?
My pants were...
Belt fully tied?
They were...
Belt?
Everything
And was the belt on the same hook that you had put it on when you got dressed that morning, or was it loose a couple, like it was put on in a hurry?
You're trying to ask me if they probed me.
I'm just curious. Yeah. You hear about the probing stories, and I figure...
You want to hear the probe story.
I don't want it, I don't want you to make one up, and I would like you to restrict it to just UFO probing.
I have no
but
idea.
Yes, if you have a probe story, I'll hear it.
No, I don't remember any probing. I don't remember anything, but I do remember what came over the side of the hill was probably about 30 cars that were actually chasing the vehicle. I saw...
It was a UFO car, not a plane, not a ship?
I saw the ship.
In the air?
Yeah, I saw the ship. And then the ship went up, and it went boom. It just took off into space. It just took off as fast as could be. A bunch of people saw it. It was actually listed in the newspaper as swamp gas or whatever else they wanted to call it.
Okay.
I did notice that after that, I started having a lot of psychic phenomena. A couple of months after that, I had a serious motorcycle accident where I cracked about 6 ribs. And for some reason or another, I healed the ribs within a period of 10 days. And my doctor didn't understand what was happening. I started regenerating.
You were regenerating yourself?
Yeah, there's some kind of hookup.
Does it make a noise? Like sometimes on movies and TV when they regenerate. Did it make a noise when you did it?
No.
Okay.
No, I saw light
Silent
coming out of my hand and then regenerating the ribs.
Right, you say these outlandish, insane things, and you say them so calmly. If that happened to me, I would lose my mind. Were you frightened? Were you scared? What?
No. I mean, I've had different kinds of phenomena happen to me my entire life. The problems with it is that a lot of people, I'm sure in the audience, have had tons of experiences with this, but they don't want to talk about it. They want to remain quiet. A lot of people come out and start talking about their experiences of being visited when they were young children or abducted. There's all kinds of different things people have seen. The crop circles being another one. That's a whole other story about educating humans about a language that we need to learn in order to communicate with them effectively.
Well, let's do some communicating right now. Put up the phone number.
Yeah.
Our phone number is 833-DINGMAN. That's 833-DINGMAN. If you have had a bona fide UFO story or you think you've been probed or taken, give us a call, 833-DINGMAN, and you'll tell me the last 3 songs that you randomly heard, and you'll tell Ray your birthday, and we'll both give you our psychic impressions of whatever comes through. But we would like to hear your UFO stories. 833-DINGMAN is the phone number. I was once in the Palm Springs area. I was speaking at a trade show for, the companies that they make your garage look beautiful with the rubber flooring and the cabinets, the big, beautiful metal cabinets. You know what I'm talking about, Ray?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's companies that they just come in and they do that. So I was speaking at their booth at GarageCon. I do public speaking from time to time. And I was there speaking, and I was overcome with an intense psychic, I'm going to call it a nausea, even though it wasn't sick, but that's how it happens for me. The feeling comes over you, like, it's a senior party, and you drank too much 151 rum. And, it's coming back. It's just a matter of where, when, and how. It's that kind of feeling, at least for me. So I'm in Palm Springs. I take a walk after the event, and I look up in the sky, and I see a very bright light that, is it an airplane? Is it a helicopter? There's no sound. Then a second bright light. Then a third bright light. So there's 3 bright lights. They're not stars. They're moving too quickly. They're moving across the sky. Then all of a sudden, they start to fall in line. Then they fly like this. Then they fly like this and fly straight up. Then they fly diagonal, then they blink out. So it wasn't an airplane. Whoa. It wasn't a helicopter. Helicopters don't travel in a Pythagorean way. Didn't get to see the ship, didn't get to see. You ever see an actual alien being, an alien with your eyes?
Yes, I did. I saw 2 when I was in Brazil. Going on a spiritual retreat there. There was 2.
What do they look like?
So, these were tall, very, very tall, about 9 feet, and
again, Ray, you see a couple of 9-foot tall guys, and you don't crap your Brazilian.
No,
And you're seeing them with your eyes. You're not seeing them with your psychic powers or anything, right?
No, I saw them with my eyes. It was very briefly, and they did take off. They went up. Without a ship, they just float. Their bodies floated up. Yeah. Well, no, they like Star Trek. They beamed up. They transmutated themselves into pure light and went up. They have that ability to do that.
And they were 2 guys, 9 foot tall each.
9 foot tall. They were palish white skin, little much like ours. But a little more luminous inside, like they were lit up from within. Their eyes were very large and blue.
Oh, that's the Almay, cocoa butter. That stuff is so good, especially during the winter when your skin gets really dry from being into a little Almay cocoa butter moisturizer. Beautiful. And they're not a sponsor. I'm just saying that because I like a fine skin.
You've got to see one of these guys sometimes. I mean, their communication was not verbal. It was all telepathic. Thoughts entered my head, and they told me some things about what was going to happen in the world unless we began to change our way of thinking.
Have any of them happened?
Yeah, actually,
Which
couple
one?
of things
Give me an
did
example.
happen. They talked about plagues coming to this planet, which I laughed at the time because there was nothing. Soon came out HIV, soon came out, which wiped out a lot of people. Then now we've got COVID. So I don't think these guys are too far off. The second event that I had with them while I was in Brazil was they had taken me up on a ship, and there was this...
Whoa. What?
Yeah, they took me up on a ship.
Like a Delta flight, or this is a UFO?
Well, this is a different experience because I wasn't physically transported up, but I was somehow energetically taken in thought up to their ship.
So was it a dream?
No, I mean, some people would say it's a dream, but it was that state of dreams, dreamlike quality. So did it physically happen? No. But did it mentally happen? Absolutely 100%.
Wow. You sound like Bill Clinton on the stand back during his impeachment trial. Yeah. Well, did it physically happen?
Cigars.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. I'm sure some of the folks watching and listening to the program have had some UFO experiences. We'd love to hear about them and help you learn about them. The number is 833-DINGMAN. That's 833-DINGMAN. I don't know what the numbers are. Who cares? Use the letters. 833-DINGMAN for your UFO story. You don't have to use your real name. You can use whatever name you prefer. Lars and Ray are taken. Just to tell us a nice, true story about an experience you had with an alien intelligence. Let me ask you this question, Ray. Mm-hmm. Whenever you talk or listen to ufologists, people that have written books, Richard C. Hoagland, for example, they all have this proclivity to seem like they know everything, and the disclosure is right around the corner, and the reason that the government is not telling people is because they think it'll freak them out. What if that's not true? What if, because of the steady drip of all these stories over the past 5-6 years, what if we're ready? Do you think the world would completely flip out if tomorrow an alien saucer landed on the White House lawn?
I think it's going to happen. I'll be honest with you. I'm a firm believer that these guys from other star systems are going to be like the day the Earth stood still, and they will show up. They promote peace. They don't promote war.
Yeah, because if they were promoting war, the fact that they could get here means they could kick our ass, right?
With the technology, they can wipe us out.
We'd be gone.
So I think that's the fear factor. Is that there's been several different presidents have had contact. I think it was Eisenhower that had contact with. I forgot.
Valiant Thor was his name, according to the book.
Valiant Thor.
Yeah.
And the Valiant Thor communicated a complete technology and also a way, a philosophy of being and thinking, business plans, all kinds of things for our planet, but somehow...
Business plans?
Business plan.
I believe the Motel 6 was Valiant Thor's idea. Back then, there were no national motel chains along the road. You had Hilton and Hyatt, but there was no, let's crash here with the kids and wake up and make El Paso by 10 tomorrow morning hotels. And Valiant, he said Motel 6.
Motel 6.
That was his idea, I believe.
Valiant Thor was legit, though.
Right.
And
the moist towelette, I also believe, was a Valiant Thor idea.
What was that?
The moist towelette, the single-use moist towel. Like if you have ribs and they give you the packets and you think they're sugar packets, but no, it's a moist towelette. You open it, it's got a pleasant aroma and it's got alcohol and it cleans the grease off your fingers. Moist towelette, that was a Valiant Thor idea. That's alien technology.
Valiant Thor.
Hello? We got a call on Skype.
All right. Hey, who's this?
This is Ryan.
I need a little more volume
I'm from-
on Ryan.
Ryan?
Hello, Ryan. How are you?
Honest. Ryan from Tennessee.
Hello, Ryan. What were the last... let's get your UFO story first. Have you ever had an encounter with a alien of some kind?
Did I have an encounter with an alien?
Or a UFO?
Oh, not really, no. But I love to see an alien. Heck, I've been watching a lot of Star Wars, Star Trek, all those sci-fi stuff. But I do want to see an actual alien. That would be cool.
That's how I feel too, Ryan. That's why I don't believe this BS story that the reason the government isn't telling us everything they know is because it's going to freak out people. How would you be freaked out if tomorrow morning there was a saucer that landed on the White House lawn?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that
would you be
the
scared?
president would see his pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, but I have to say this. I am one of the true supporters of the whole Area 51 craze. If there'll be a second Area 51 raid, I would definitely join, to see some true alien life forms.
Well, some people say that that's what kicked off this entire COVID thing. If you remember, last year when they were going to do a raid on Area 51, the guys called it, they thought it was a joke, then all these people showed up, and then the next week, COVID broke and all hell broke loose. So there are some crazy conspiracy people that think there's a connection there. All right, well, let's see what your future holds. Let's do a couple psychic readings for you, Ryan. What are the last 3 songs that you randomly heard?
Ooh, the last 3 songs. Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake.
Sexy Fast.
Yep. Party Rockin' in the House Tonight. And also, this is very strange, but I had listened to the Australia National Anthem.
Okay. So
Yep.
Sexy Fast. Sexy Back.
Sexy Back, yes, Sexy Back by good old Justin Timberlake.
Right.
Best friends with Jimmy Fallon.
Right.
Party Rockin'. And
Party
Australia
Rockin'?
National
You mean The House is Rockin' by Stevie Ray Vaughan? That song?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also the Australia National Anthem.
Okay.
I would like to play it with you right now, but I don't want, the whole copyright thing going on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want this live stream to get shut down.
No. And the Australians are so litigious. We don't want to piss them off. Okay. All right.
Definitely.
All right. So your 3 songs are Sexy Back, The House is Rockin', Don't Bother Knockin', and the Australian National Anthem. Here's your reading. A very small percentage of the people who profess to be psychics are actual people with gifts. It's like the jelly. The rest of the donut is worthless. I like to think of myself as part of the jelly.
What you were talking about vibing with us, that was just weird, oddly weird.
So you just...
Okay, that was the wrong video.
Oh.
That's not your fault.
Yeah.
That's our fault. Actually, I'm being generous when I say that's our fault. But that's fine. Here's your reading for your 3 songs. Sexy Back, House is Rockin', the Australian National Anthem. I'm seeing that, you're not married, are you, Ryan? You're single, correct?
Oh, yes. Single, and I haven't kissed any girls or what to say, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, you're young.
I'm young. I'm 19 years old. Young, enjoying life. I don't have to worry about buying roses or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would argue, Ryan, you're not enjoying life that much if you're not kissing any girls, but who am I to judge? But yes, I understand what you're saying.
I'm happy hanging out with friends. I would just say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the Sexy Back, House is Rockin', Don't Bother Knockin'. Though you are single and so far bereft of finer companionship, you want to go back to a time when the house was rocking, when things were good. Now you don't have to be a psychic to realize that everyone wants it to go back to then. But that's the primary thing. You're feeling I'm seeing like a rat cage or a bird cage. You're feeling kind of closed in and trapped because this whole thing is getting to you over time, right? You're feeling claustrophobic is the word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. You're so right.
Right, because your house is not rocking at all. Your house is like, that's your house. And that's, who wants to go to a party when it's nobody? You want to go when the house is rocking, and you don't have to knock. You just come right in. And that's what you're longing for. See, the way this works is your 3 songs. The first song is your past. The second song is your present. The third song represents your future. So your past song, which was super sexy back, yeah, that ain't happening. That's in the past.
Sexy back?
Right. And you want your present to be the house is rocking. Don't bother knocking, but we're not quite there yet. So what do you do to make something happen that is not happening? You pray, you swear an oath, you sing an anthem. I'm seeing that you are going to meet an Australian girl who is it seems too on the nose, but I'm hearing musician. You're going to meet an Australian musician woman on or around St. Patrick's Day, that you will be out and about safely somehow, and you're going to meet an Australian woman who is involved in music in some way. I'm seeing either a big electric bass or a vocalist, maybe both, I'm not sure. And you're going to start a relationship with her that has potential to be get your house rocking. That's what I'm seeing. Is there anyone on your radar right now? Any ladies that you kind of have a fancy upon and you have not yet had a chance to meet?
Ooh, that's a very good question. I know a few girls here and there, but not Australia, though. Not some good old Australian girls. Just, the normal, average American girls.
Uh-huh. Are you in school right now, Ryan?
Oh, yeah, I'm in college. Virtually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a person that you're going to meet through school, this Australian person. She's an exchange student from Australia, and you're going to meet her at some event through your school. I'm not so sure. It doesn't feel like it's going to be an actual classroom, but it'll be an event sponsored by your school. So I'm seeing a bright future for you this year, both COVID-wise and romantically. I think by the end of this year, you will have kissed a girl and liked it. That's what I'm seeing for you, Ryan. That's what I'm seeing for you.
That would definitely walk my house tonight, that's for sure.
Good point. All right. Now, here's your reading from Ray.
Lars.
Hello.
Am I on now?
You are on, Ray. Sorry.
Ryan, how you doing? It's Ray here.
Oh, doing good. I found out I'm getting a Australian girlfriend in St. Patrick's Day.
Well, I think Dr. Lars hit the nail on the head there, because I'm seeing the same thing. When he was delivering the message, I saw this girl. She's got reddish, more strawberry blonde hair. She's 5'9". She's got very piercing blue eyes. Very good-looking girl, very shapely, which I think you're going to enjoy. Also, too, is that I'm not sure that one of the family members is from Australia, and to be clear with that, I think it's definitely from Sydney. Also, I have to ask you, too, like in your career, are you studying anything with computers right now?
Whoa. Why, yes. How do you know?
He's a psychic.
Psychics.
He's a psychic. You call the psychic show, right?
Because I know that's a very silly question, but that's mind-blowing. I'm definitely studying in filmmaking and stuff, and I do edit on the computer every single day. That's basically a hobby for me. Helps me keep me out of the boredom of this whole entire virus and stuff like that. Keeps my mind off of everything.
But are you technically getting into coding or anything of that nature?
Not really, no.
Okay. Because what I keep seeing, there's a change in your decision in your career that's coming up ahead of you that deals with the technical aptitude that you have. Your brain is developed a little bit more differently. People will sometimes say that you're more mental than you are emotional. You don't always wear your heart on your sleeve about stuff. And I think you're lured towards aliens and Star Wars and all that sort of thing. I think it's because your brain function is a little bit different than other people. Have you felt sometimes that you yourself are a little bit different than other family members?
Oh, that is definitely I know I say this a lot. That is definitely a good question, but I feel a little bit different. Yeah, I feel like I know more than anyone else. Like street smart wise.
Because I was thinking that you might sometimes feel a little bit different than the rest of the crowd. There's something a little bit about you. Now, there is a theory out there that some people have a genetic disposition towards having lived on other planetary systems and then come to Earth or reincarnate here. That's a thought. But I'm not going to go that deep into it. But I think that there's something very special or different about you in such a way that you sometimes feel different than the rest of the crowd, and you don't always go along with them. Instead, you're kind of wanting to be an individual. Also, I got to ask you, like, who in your family is John? Do you know?
Oh yes, that's my dad's name.
That's your. I'm sorry.
His dad's name.
My dad's name. Yeah.
Your dad? Okay, because I get immediately that your father is going to have a little bit of a small minor health problem in the areas of some, just in the areas of prostate, if you can talk to him about his prostate. I know it's kind of awkward, but you can say, hey, Dad, does he get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom a lot? I mean, sometimes fathers don't want to talk about that, but in this case, it says that John's got something to do with a prostate problem that's developing for him that can easily be handled. In fact, if you contact me after the show, I can tell you a natural product your dad can take. You can get on the email and just send me an email, and I'd be glad to tell you a particular thing. Also, I need to get your date of birth, which I forgot to get.
You just were off to the races, right? You tuned into him. Yeah.
He's an open door. Ryan's an open door.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. What's your date of birth, Ryan?
Oh, January 5th.
Do you want to...
Oh, the year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Like
That's okay.
I said, I'm off board. 2002. A simpler time, really. Where everyone is close together. Not learning math. Don't have to worry about silly old virus.
You're right. Much simpler time.
Yeah.
What?
Everyone outside and free. In like take the breath of the fresh air, running around.
Yes, I miss it. I miss it. It's like you're talking to me and I'm seeing and tasting ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Simpler time.
Especially ice cream.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Ryan, did your dad have a bad accident some years ago?
Not really.
Okay, nothing where he was rear-ended, and you don't know anything about that? Because there's something I keep getting in my neck when I tune into your dad. There's something wrong with my neck, and also too in the area of his ankle, his right ankle. So I don't know, maybe you can talk to Dad about this, but maybe once in a while a good chiropractor can get in there and work with him. I think the important thing to do is mention to your dad that you talked with Dr. Lars and myself, and that he should definitely check out with a proctologist something around his prostate and make sure
Yes,
everything's
Ryan,
functioning.
make sure you tell your dad. A couple of strangers I've never met on the internet told me to have a guy put his finger up your butt. That's what these guys said. Who were they? Oh, Dr. Lars and Ray, a psychic. And they said, what? Yeah, pay a guy, not just have it be done. Pay a guy to put his finger in your butt. That's what the two strangers said. Relay that to him for us.
Oh, man. That would be an interesting conversation to say to my dad.
Yeah, call us back next week,
Yeah.
Ray, and Ryan, and let us know how that goes. All right?
All right. All right.
All right, well, thanks so much for your call, Ryan. We appreciate it.
Bye, Ryan.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, peace.
Peace, Ryan. Peace. The
Peace
good old days,
above all.
2012. Boy, Ray, typically you don't say anything until you get the birthday, and you were off to the running and the races.
You know, he didn't have like any blocks or defenses. I mean, he's like an open book, and I wish we could have gone further with him because there's a lot more to say. But you know, we've got a time element here.
I would just like to listen to the conversation he has with his dad, quite frankly.
Or the dinner.
Dinner or breakfast. They're having waffles. We got another phone call? Oh, the number, 833-DINGMAN is the number. 833-DINGMAN. We're talking about UFOs and proctologists, evidently, here on the program. That's Psychic Ray LA. I'm Dr. Lars Dingman, at Dingman, Dingle. Dr. Lars Dingman. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at iTunes Psychic, all one word, iTunes Psychic. You can follow Ray in your car, on foot. He's very unaware of his surroundings. So you could pretty much track him down anywhere. If you'd like to send him an email, it's mrrayinla@yahoo.com. Because that's what Ray says every time he gets an email. 833-DINGMAN is the phone number. We're talking about UFO experiences. I had one in the desert in Palm Springs. I saw some lights that could not possibly have been turning 90 and 45 degrees in the sky. Ray met two 9-foot tall aliens, or was it one 18-foot tall one? I forget. Not physically, but consciously. And they took him up to their ship, which is why there's no photographs. Now, the cynic in me says, yeah, that's why, Ray. But as you can see, he certainly has a psychic skill. He tunes into people and understands. He's got an extra channel that most people don't have. So usually I'm a big debunker and someone that does not believe crazy stories. But I'm inclined to entertain the possibility that Ray, in fact, did go on a consciousness level to these aliens in their ship. Do they give you any mementos of being like if you go on Air Force One, you get matchbooks and you get M&Ms and like little from the desk of the president. I got mints from the Air Force One time. I was dating a broad who knew a guy who knew a flight attendant on Air Force One, and I said, bring me something from Air Force One.
You mean like a two-headed alien condom?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But no, I got mints. But they're presidential mints, so I was very thankful for that. That's as close as I've gotten to a UFO story. We'd like to hear yours at 833-DINGMAN. The phone number, 833-DINGMAN. You don't have to use your real name, but you got to tell your real stories. How have we been on a long time already? What time is it?
49 minutes.
49 minutes. Doesn't seem a minute over 46. We'll take, if we don't get another phone call soon, we'll wrap it up. Ray.
Wrap it up. And did you ever have an experience with UFOs yourself?
Yeah, just I talked about it at length about 20 minutes ago, Ray. I'm sorry you missed it. I thought it was a rather compelling story. I was in the desert. I saw lights flying at crazy angles in the sky. It perplexed me, and it convinced me that there was some intelligent life up there. But you know what? Watch this tape tomorrow, and you'll see the story. It was obviously not as compelling as I had hoped.
No.
But I did tell it. Yes, that's the extent. I've never seen an alien. I've never talked to one. I would like to think that I would not be frightened. That I would like to engage with them. I certainly wouldn't touch them. I mean, I don't touch humans now, but I wouldn't touch an alien. But I'd like to talk to them and see, you know, how do you communicate with them? What's your name? Where you're from?
There's a great event every year, Contact in the Desert. You can look it online, and there's lots of experiences. Dr. Greer is another one that also takes
Dr.
people
Stephen Greer, sure.
on this amazing meditation and journey to actually prove that there's these actual phenomena in the sky, with these starships. People come back from it and they're believers. They immediately come back and they think they saw the ships. They even saw some aliens have manifested. I think one of the alien was Bijou.
Very famous alien.
That was the famous Bijou. I thought it was a clothing designer, but it wasn't.
Could be both, Ray. That would be the funny reveal on the White House lawn, right? We're aliens and we designed what you're wearing.
You know, here I am in a metallic outfit,
Yeah.
right? Or gold lame.
The funny thing is, if they landed, yeah, you look like Liberace and Little Richard had a baby, which is probably possible.
But I do think, like the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still, I think it's a reality. It's at some point that they will visit us and bring a message in a physical form to us. I think it's long overdue.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. All right. Well, we thank you for watching the program. If you have a UFO story you'd like to share with us via email, you can do that as well. He's psychicrayla@yahoo.com. I'm iTunes Psychic at Gmail. Send us your stories. Tell us the topics you'd like to hear us cover on future shows. Oh, we got one quick phone call. Sure. Yeah. This is Lars. Who's this?
This is Bev.
Bev, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Have you ever had an experience with a UFO or an alien intelligence, Bev?
Yes.
Tell me about it,
I
Bev.
have.
All right. First of all, tell me
I
a little
was
bit
in-
about yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself so that we know why we should believe you.
Let's see. I was a assistant vice president in a bank.
Okay.
I worked there for 35 years.
So you're not some hippie
that's-
Yahoo.
that's
You're a
pretty
responsible
trustworthy.
person. Right. Okay.
Anything else you want to know about me?
No, I think that establishes your credibility, certainly. If you were some,
okay.
if you were some larcenous idiot, a bank would not employ you for 35 years.
Exactly. Well, that's why they fired me. No, I'm only kidding. They didn't fire me.
Or they could have been a horrible bank. We don't know. I'm going to assume the best, Bev, and assume that you are a
It
person.
was the best bank, absolutely.
Okay, so tell me your UFO story, Banker Bev.
All right. It was, probably almost 20 years ago, whatever. I was out on my deck in upstate New York, and it was a really crystal clear night. And I was with my husband, and we saw this light that just kept going horizontally back and forth and back and forth. And then it started getting higher, and then it would get real low. But it kept going horizontally back and forth, but blinking at the same time. It was like...
And it wasn't a
It wasn't an
helicopter or an
airplane.
airplane or anything?
It absolutely was not an airplane because it was a big white light. It wasn't like, it didn't have the red and green or anything on it.
Got it, okay.
And it kept going horizontally and then turning around and going back the exact same route. It just...
Like it was
like
on patrol
it
or
was hovering
something?
over something. Huh?
Like it was on patrol or looking for
Yes.
something?
Yes. And it stayed there for, oh my God, we must have watched it over a half an hour.
Did you take any
And then it
pictures or
just-
do any video?
No, we didn't even have, phones to take pictures with back in the olden days.
Right, this is 20 years ago. The
We had our
iPhones
flip
are about
phones.
10 years old. And so you didn't see an actual saucer or a ship, and you didn't meet any inhabitants.
No.
And did this experience change? Were you a UFO believer before this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep, I've always believed in them.
Okay. Why do you think the government won't tell us about it?
Because they figure we're going to be afraid and there'll be a problem, or they're afraid that we will believe and we're going to try to contact them and it would screw things up.
Aha.
They're protecting themselves.
I think that is a far more palatable idea because I think, especially now, maybe 30 years ago, people would have been freaked out by UFOs. I don't think the mass percentage of the population would be freaked out by. I mean, if they showed up in the sky with lasers and started vaporizing buildings, then yes, count me as a scared person. But if they land on the White House lawn and they get out and they walk up to Joe Biden and they go, "Can you believe the last guy?" I think would be. I think people would accept that, right?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they were afraid we would, on our own, try to contact these people, and it would create a problem.
Right.
We could screw it up, and they could get hostile, or we could find out things we're not supposed to know.
Right. It's like when your uncle gets too drunk at Thanksgiving and starts shooting off his mouth. Bad things happen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the American public is basically the drunk uncle at Thanksgiving.
Good analogy.
Yeah, I think it's actually sadly very accurate. All right, what are the last 3 songs that you randomly heard, Bev?
Oh, jeez.
Is that
I haven't even had the radio on today. I know I heard Frankenstein yesterday.
How does that go, Frankenstein?
Oh, that da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's Edgar Winter.
Edgar Winter, Frankenstein, okay.
Yeah. What else did I hear yesterday? Please, Mr. Postman, I think.
Okay.
And what? I'm trying to think because I was in the car a lot. Let's see, what else did I hear yesterday? I don't know. Can't go on 2, huh?
Well, the 3 songs are past, present, and future. So this tells me your past and your present. We want to know your future. So what's your 3rd song?
Let's see. Trying to remember. Oh, Do It Again by Steely Dan.
Oh. Okay, great. All right, so your three songs are Frankenstein, Please, Mr. Postman, and Do It Again.
Interesting threesome. Okay.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
It is an interesting threesome. All right, Bev, here's your psychic reading. A very small percentage of the people who profess to be psychic. Stop it. There's supposed to be a really cool video that bridges. It is there. Okay, well, we won't use it then. All right, here's your psychic reading. Bev, Frankenstein, Please, Mr. Postman, and Do It Again. I'm seeing that you, since COVID has started, are you in a long-term relationship right now?
No.
Yeah. Since COVID has started, you have reconnected with someone from your past, from your romantic past. True or false?
False.
Not at all. You haven't communicated with anyone you haven't talked to in years.
No.
Well, you're going to. I'm feeling a very strong, Frankenstein, which is the reanimation of dead tissue. That's old boyfriend, if you want to get graphic about it. Please, Mr. Postman, you're waiting for this connection. You're waiting for this communication. You're dying for it. And Do It Again.
Oh, that makes okay. It all makes sense, but it doesn't make sense to me. Okay.
Well, that's what it is. Someone from your past, and this is going to happen. This is your future psychic reading. So all these things are going to come together, and I'm seeing time. It's so difficult to know time. Maybe Ray can help you with the time horizon on this because time is so weird right now. I'm seeing someone from your past, an old romantic connection of some kind. And Ray's shaking his head. I'm going to go right to him. An old romantic thing is going to come back in your life through some sort of digital means, Facebook or Twitter or something. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see what Ray has to say.
Okay, thanks.
Ray.
Hi, Beverly. How are you?
Good. How are you?
You know, I'm surviving through all this. But Dr. Dingman hit the nail on the head. There is somebody from long ago that you used to have a crush on, who ended up going towards somebody else instead of yourself. It's a long, long time ago. Also, because I need to get your birth date. If I can get your birth date from you, that would be great.
March 6th? You need the year?
Yeah, that was March the 10th?
March 6th.
March the 6th.
March the 6th, and yeah, I do need the year. The year.
1954.
Okay. And you're in upstate, right?
Upstate, what, New York?
Yeah.
I have a house up there. Yeah, that's my getaway house.
Okay.
Are you a bank robber?
No.
Well, you said you used to work for a bank and you no longer work for a bank, Beverly, and then you said
That's
your
because
getaway
I
house.
retired.
Oh, okay, all right.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, I immediately flagged on Bonnie and Clyde. Of course, having a getaway house, once the police know the address, you're kind of screwed. But I
No, I
digress.
never gave them the address, so it's okay.
All right, good thinking. All right,
No,
sorry, Ray.
because you know where Rochester is, right?
Uh-huh.
That's where I'm from. So.
Oh, okay, that's way up. I'm not up that far.
Ah, okay. But Bev,
I'm in Sullivan County, which is I'm in a little town called Grahamsville. It's near Liberty.
oh sure,
Heard of Liberty?
sure, I know what that is. Yeah, that's a beautiful area. Lucky you.
It is.
I looked at
Yeah.
the numbers that you've got here from the March 6, 1954, and this says, who's David to you? Do you know?
I don't know anybody named David.
No one that passed over. I'm sorry, passed over with that name, David.
No.
No one. Huh.
Old boyfriend, maybe?
No, maybe.
No, never dated a David.
And do you know who a Tom or a Thomas is?
No, nobody in my family with that name either.
Oh, no one like grandparents. Nobody from the.
No.
Well, I'm shooting blanks tonight. I don't know. I'll go. That's odd because it says there's a David and a Thomas. So odd to me.
Dave Thomas? Is this something to do with the Wendy's hamburger franchise? Is that possible?
I like Wendy's.
She likes Wendy's, and Dave Thomas was their longtime spokesman.
Yeah.
They're the ones with the square hamburgers.
Well,
Yeah, supposedly it's square. Yeah.
let me go from a.
Well, I'm not saying they're exactly perfect 90 degrees on every particular hamburger, but I mean the basic shape is a square.
Let me ask if you have a daughter that you've been concerned about.
My daughter-in-law.
Okay. Has there been like a rift or a problem with her and yourself?
Not with me, no.
Okay. Because it shows a very strange vibration coming from someone. I thought it was your daughter, but it's obviously your daughter-in-law.
Yeah, I only have sons. I don't have a daughter.
Okay. But with the daughter-in-law, has there been some kind of like distancing that she created in the family at all with your son?
Concerning me?
Just concerning.
I mean, she's having a problem with her family, yes, but there's no distance with me.
Okay, so there's no distance with you, and there's nobody. Do you know if there's a Thomas in her family at all, or a Tom?
That's her father's middle name.
Okay.
And she gave her son that middle name.
Yeah, I'm a little fuzzy with this. Because it says something about you need to kind of stay out of some kind of family business that's going on, which could turn into a temperamental dispute. So if it's not happening definitely in your family, then it's happening somehow in hers. The thing that I would recommend to do is to try to talk to her in regards to this if you can, but try not to share too many strong opinions with her. She can be very opinionated and very headstrong, is what I keep seeing. I don't know if that's
Oh,
correct.
absolutely she is, but that's one of her good qualities. I mean.
Yeah, but sometimes it can be like talking to a brick wall. Sometimes, some people have to be right a lot, and there's a difficulty with that.
No, that's not exactly her, but we're very open, and I know everything that's going on. So.
Well, in any case, I'm sorry I'm not as on the mark with you tonight, but
That's okay. We have a lot of clouds, so it's probably cloudy.
Yes, cloudy.
My crystal ball is not showing.
Yeah, you're letting them off the hook. I love that,
In
Bev.
any case, it was good talking to you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Bev.
Thank you very much.
And, someone's coming. Someone's coming from your past, gunning for you.
All right, I'll be waiting for whoever it is.
All right, thanks. Maybe it's the guy that's working the drive-up window at Wendy's, the Dave Thomas place.
Maybe
that's
you
what
never
were
know.
getting,
I'll
right?
have to ask him his name next time I see him.
Yeah, the next time you go to a Wendy's, go to the drive-through and maybe, get a little flirty.
Okay.
Thanks for the extra fries. Throw it
never
out a
know.
little bit. You never know what you'll get back.
That's right.
Look for the name tag, Tom and David.
I will.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, thanks so much for calling, Bev. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I felt a very strong romantic Frankenstein reconstruction of a romance from the past. That's what I felt with Bev. Very strong.
She had a strong need to. She wanted to, I think, get involved with the guy and go further, but somehow it didn't work, and he went off with somebody else, and she went the other way too.
Yeah, in the distant past. Yeah, boy, both of our calls tonight, no one's getting any, which is too sad. Hopefully, we can help. Put some wins on the board. We're here every Saturday night on the Superverse YouTube channel. And Facebook, iTunes Psychic, and Twitch, iTunes Psychic. You can reach him at psychicrayla@yahoo.com. You can reach me at iTunes Psychic at Gmail. You can also find me on Twitter at iTunes Psychic and on Facebook and Instagram there as well. We thank you for watching our UFO episode. I know the truth is out there. Until next week, he's Psychic Ray LA. I'm Dr. Lars Dingman, the iTunes Psychic. Vibration is all. Good night.
Good night.